Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. I wanted to come on here and explain to you what somatic and what somatic healing is and how I interpret it through my work and through my own body. Somatic means the lived and felt experiences of the body. It is something that we feel within ourselves. It is something that isn't analysed by the mind but felt through an experience that we had or inherited patterns. So when you work with that with somatic healing, that is when it becomes really powerful, because somatic healing is when we meet these exact survival patterns and imprints that were either passed down or something that we had stored in our body through trauma, because trauma is stored in the body physically. It isn't something that is stored in the mind. It is something that is stored through your breath, your tone, the way you act, your emotional responses. So that is where we need to start. You cannot heal if you do not feel. So feeling is the number one thing to healing and releasing these inherited patterns and survival patterns that has either been passed down to us or something that was created through trauma. When you start analysing something through the mind, it can form a story. For example, just say I got an inherited wound from my dad, and that inherited wound is shutting down your emotions. That is something that is stored in your chest. It's stored in your breath. It's stored in the way that you speak. It's a tightness that wraps around your throat. So the moment that you put that up into your mind will start creating a story. Or this happened because of this, and this is the reason why it happened. Your body isn't interested in storytelling. The body is the truth teller. The body is where the truth lies. So that is where we need to bring healing back to. We need to bring it back to the body. When I started working with my own personal lineage, I kept trying to outthink and think of reasons why I was like the way I was, or why I reacted in a certain way, or why I felt this anxiety in my chest every time I went to tell the truth. I kept trying to outthink and analyze these patterns, and it wasn't until the moment I went into my body and actually felt and sat there, I noticed everything starting to dissolve. The moment we are able to meet the body with stability and coherence, the nervous system will start reorganizing itself, because we're actually meeting it with presence instead of fear. If we keep meeting these inherited patterns and imprints with fear, it just keeps growing and growing inside of us. But the moment that we meet it with softness and safety and coherence, the body doesn't feel like it's a threat anymore, so it will start releasing. So what we are doing through somatic healing is that we are returning you to your home. We are bringing you back to truth. We are bringing you back to your original blueprint of who you are without these survival patterns in your system. Because I'm sure there's so many people out there that can relate to the fight, flight, fawn, or freeze responses that happen within yourself. This isn't something that randomly comes up. It is usually something that has been inherited through generation to generation. So that is why somatic healing is so powerful, because the moment you are able to feel these sensations inside your body and where they live, that is where real change and healing happens. You cannot heal until you can feel. I really live by that quote, because it doesn't matter how many times you try to outthink your trauma or these survival patterns or what. It doesn't matter how many times you sit and analyze something that's happened to you. It's not until the moment you put yourself in your body and you're able to feel it through your body that is when your system and nervous system starts to reorganize.